Hey chat, how are you? Sigh. So, had a dentist appointment today with the talented Martin Chan, DDS, and walked in. What are they playing on the radio? Foolish Love. Keep me running, stop before you keep calling. Foolish Love. Keep me honey, I've been wrong before, don't be wrong anymore. Boo-doo-doo. So my new thing is that I put chapstick on my gorgeous, thick, full, pouty lips before I go to the dentist because I found it's dry and they're stretching you. You don't have a chance to lick your lips to moisturize them. So I've been like, am I gonna get open sores on my lips because I can't moisturize? I can't get them wet and moist. So I put chapstick on before I went to see Martin, and of course, right away, Martin is all up in my grill, and all the chapstick is gone on his gloves and whatnot. That's fine. Walk in, and immediately begins with the weather. How about this weather? Yeah, how about it, Martin? I get it. You got to chat about something. How was your weekend? Okay, it was a weekend. How about you get those sharp tools into my mouth so we can get this over with? And he did. Yeah, my assistant is going to be late, and then my hygienist called out. Okay, I get it. Quiet quitting millennials. Am I right? So instantly I got Martin. Usually I don't get Martin. I get someone to work on my mouth. But today I had Martin the full time. Instantly he messed up my hair, and I was like, thanks. I got dressed for this. I put on makeup for this. And now you're ruining my whole vibe here, my whole look. I got a cavity filled. But right away he starts in with, oh, that's going to be difficult to get to because apparently my cavity is on one of my rear teeth, and it's on the backside of one of my rear teeth. So, it's going to be hard to get to. That's going to be a problem. I'll see if I can do it. I was like, Martin, I have faith in you. You can do this. I'm like giving my dentist a pep talk. You got this, man. Nothing is insurmountable. I trust in your higher education and all those degrees on the wall. You got this, bro. Bring it in. Bring it in. You need a hug beforehand? He did let out a few sighs in the midst of this process, which I guess was difficult. I have no idea. But yeah, he made a few grunts and groans, like it was a difficult task, an arduous task, and I get it. That's cool, but you don't need to tell me that it's going to be difficult. Just say, all right, we got a cavity going, let's do this. And you might think in your head, oh man, this is going to be a pain in the arse, but keep me cool, keep me calm, collected. Yeah, let's get this cavity filled. How about that? And then at the end, when you're done, then say, ooh, that was a doozy. Very, very hard. Not easy, but I done did it. Oh, okay, cool. But you don't need to set up the how arduous the mission, the task will be from the beginning, from the jump. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that this is not easy and will be nearly impossible to surmount. So I don't. He does that often. And whatever, I guess that's fine, but sigh, he had me, he put a bite block into my mouth, which is like a large piece of rubber, square size. And the thinking is that instead of you just constantly going, opening your jaw, as wide as possible, as big as possible, for as long as possible, it's this, square rubber thing that they put near the back of your teeth so you can close your mouth and rest on it, and ideally it keeps your mouth as open as possible. But I guess it was, but it kept moving around, and I kept like opening my jaw wide, so it would move back to its proper placement. I don't know. Okay, whatever, Martin. But I got him. It lasted for 75 minutes, which was quite the deal. His assistant, Mika, at one point, he turned to her and he said, Mika, we're almost done. And I was like, well, that's nice that you're reassuring Mika, but what about me, Martin? What about me? How about reassuring me? And then he used this other thing. You're going to feel vibrations. Is that okay? And I'm like, whatever you need to do, translation, whatever you need to do, whatever tools, anything you need to accomplish this feat, please go ahead. I don't care. Let's do it. Let's get it done. I like it when you're so close to your dentist that you can hear their stomach growl. Oh, what's on tap for lunch? Turkey on sourdough? Do you go with mayo on that? I like mayo. I do the light version. It's not as pleasurable, but it's only a third the calories. How do you take your turkey sandwich, Dr. Chan? After 75 minutes, it was quite the deal. And I was exhausted. I could imagine how Martin and Mika felt. Although they're doing a lot of bending and over and kind of movement around on stools. So they got a good core workout. At the end of 75 minutes, I thought, the amount of time and the tools, the machinery that goes into one person and 6 billion on this planet, one person who has a cavity. That blows my mind, man. It's crazy. There's so much human resources and production goes into one person having a cavity on this planet Earth. I don't get it. I don't know. He always, at the end, asks about a mouth guard. Yeah, you're grinding. Yeah, I am grinding. So are the Clips. Best song ever, am I right? But he's like, oh, you're grinding night. Yeah, okay, I guess I do. I don't know. I suggest a mouth guard. Okay, Martin, whatever. And then they always bring out the Waterpik. You got a Waterpik? Yes, you got a Waterpik. Have you ever used a Waterpik? Do you know what a Waterpik is? Can you get a Waterpik? And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's get the water. Are you in the pocket of Big Waterpik, Martin? Dentistry is like flying. You put your trust into a stranger, essentially, and you just hope for the best. And I keep my tension in my hands. Like I'm chill. I'm low key. I'm on the low. But my hands get the grip, like the Arthur cartoon. That I get it's like I'm squeezing a packet of peanut butter. Same thing with flying. All my nervousness, all my apprehension, all my fright is in my hands. But if you were just looking at me, you'd be like, well, that's one handsome son of a gun. And he seems super at peace and calm. Making more window screens. So I came out of retirement, much like John Wick, to make more window screens. I made a bunch of window screens several months ago, every weekend. 1, 2, 3 window screens per weekend. And then went into a lull, a window screen lull, because it's cold and we just didn't open the windows a lot. But now it's warming up, so I started making window screens again. I came out of retirement in the name of vengeance, like Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon 3. And I'm out here making window screens, and it's quite the thing. It's quite the duty. For people who don't know about window screens, never made a window screens. Do you even know what spline is? I don't think so. You're doing a lot of bending over, squatting, crawling around on your hands and knees on the garage floor. It's no fun. And for the next few days, I felt it in my legs and my groin and my thighs. And I think I should have never skipped leg day, but then the other side of me is like, real men skip leg day. But yeah, it's no fun for a couple days after you really feel it. So this most recent weekend, I made 2 window screens. One window screen, fine, good, fine and dandy. Window screen came together, installed it, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. But then Lennox's window, he has a smaller window up in his loft. And the window screen production is not a big deal. It's just like any other window screen. But the installation is where I ran into trouble. So because either his window screen has shrunk, or I'm sorry, the actual window itself, like the frame, the window sill or whatever, that has shrunk, or the window screen has gotten bigger. But I go to install it, and I've always had problems with it. And it's 3 stories up, so I can never get one corner in. And if it was on the first floor, I would just walk outside and bang with a hammer or my fist or whatever on the corner that won't get in, and it'd be fine. But for this one, it's such a pain in the rear end. I trying to install it, I'm cursing like crazy. The S word, the F word, the GD. I'm sorry, Liz Fisher. And this is all in front of Lennox. He's sort of sleeping. He's sort of watching me in bewilderment, confusion. But it's just, I just can't get it in, and I bleed. It made me bleed. I'm actually bleeding in 3 different places. 2 on my hand, and then 1 on my leg, which is Frankie's fault. Oh yeah, and it all goes back to Frankie because he is the window screen destroyer. So the other day we were lying in bed, chilling. We weren't sleeping. We hadn't turned in yet. Wait, does turn in mean go to bed? Like physically change your location to bed? Or does it mean you've begun the sleep process, like when you do your final shower of the day? Or does turn in mean like I sleep on my stomach, I turn in, I turn over, and that's when I go to bed? Let me know down in the comments section down below. But we're hanging out. I'm laying in bed doing whatever, staring at my telephone, and then Frankie starts up with the mischief on the west side window. And so I get up out of bed quickly and I start yelling, and I run over, or whatever the 47-year-old version of a chunky boy like me running is. And I head towards him, but while heading towards him, my velocity hit my leg. The velocity of my leg hit the sharp corner of the thick wooden footrest that Judy Zone gave us. She gave us a nice bed frame. So I got a nice gash, 3.5 inches on my right leg, the shin area. Not fun, not bad, but it's still healing. And it looks like I got in a scrap in the dark corners, the dark alleys of West Sacramento. But back to installing Lennox's window. I just can't get it in. There's one corner I cannot get in, to where each time the pull tabby thing just comes out, spline comes out, screen comes loose. So I keep going down, re-screen it, re-spline it, come back up, same thing. Things start falling apart. I start cursing. I start yelling. And it drives me crazy. And I don't like cursing in front of Lennox and Luna. 90% of my cursing is in some jovial, comedic manner. Once in a while, I'll drop a curse out of, hitting my leg against a really hard wooden footboard. But most of my cursing is done in a lighthearted manner for comedic effect. But this was just pure frustration, pain, and anger. And I don't like to do that in front of Len, but I want him to learn about cursing, like how I learned about cursing, which is through the movies. But I was just, and he's like half asleep, half awake. But I can't help myself. It's driving me crazy. So enter Glass West, which is a window, small mom and pup business here in West Sacramento, California. I say, honey, because Carolyn works from home on Monday. So I say, honey, Monday, call Glass West, get them on the phone, tell them what's going on. We need their help. But it's Sunday afternoon. I'm like, I'll send an email to Glass West, get in the queue, as it were, get early. Hopefully they get to it Monday morning when they first walk in. I send an email with just what's going on. A gal named Stephanie, with an F, no E. Stephanie, working on a Sunday afternoon, almost instantly returns my email. We start going back and forth. I'm like, we need a new window screen for Lennox's window. She doesn't know who Lennox is, but just play along. And our bedroom sliding glass door, that window screen, also needs to be redone. Frankie hasn't torn like a giant hole into it, and it remains, for the most part, put together. But there are bits and pieces, like little scratches here and there, little openings where I'm convinced that gnats get into and fly through. So it could do a restringing tennis rackets, restringing window screens. So I'm yapping with Stephanie via email, and she says, okay, well, and I want someone to measure Lennox's window, because I don't want to go in there. I don't want to give measurements, because I want them to, because they know what the heck they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. Yeah, it's 30 by 38. And then it turns out it's too big or too small, or I'm a quarter inch off or half inch off. So Stephanie said they offer a service where they come in, they measure everything, they take everything, they do the screens, they bring them back, and they install them. And I was like, bet, let's do this. For the sliding door, we got pet resistant screen mesh, which is an upgrade, but the windows I can do. The door, because there's a handle, and it's just a huge space. I just don't feel confident in doing the window screen by myself, but I'll make window screens for the various windows all day or day for the rest of my life, for the rest of Frankie's life. And but we definitely need a new screen for Lennox's window. So altogether, add it all up, $280. And I say, will you take $250 in cash? I asked via email. And she replies with, absolutely. So I was like, yeah, cash is king. So for a few days, Lennox couldn't open his window. We couldn't open the sliding door because there was no screen, which is weird because Carolyn and I almost always keep our sliding door open. Oftentimes our bedroom is the coolest room in the condominium because we always keep it slightly ajar. Except for the one time where Liz Fisher, who was staying here, closed our bedroom screen door, glass sliding door, and locked it. And we were like, what? And she was like, well, what if someone comes up to the balcony and climbs in? And I was like, if someone's willing to do that, they can come in and take all this, take all these books and our giant TV that costs $400 if it suits them well. No problem. So a couple days passed. Glass West is like, okay, we're going to come and everything is ready and install it. So gentleman comes. By the way, the license plate on his truck, Glass Daddy. Oh yeah, GLSSDDY. Glass Daddy. Now, he was a quick gentleman. He got past my defenses, and I didn't have a chance to ask him to take off his shoes. So he did come into our home with his sneakers on. And that's just, well, the only right thing to do, the only logical solution is to burn our entire condo down. Okay? Let's rebuild. Let's raise it. Let's start anew. Refresh, renew. But yeah, they installed it, and Lennox's window is good. Our sliding glass door is good, and I'm a happy camper. And that's the end of that. So, oh, but actually, that isn't the end of that, because today I made another window screen, and same thing, very similar to Lennox's window, not nearly as extreme. But I just couldn't get the corner in because this window screen is broken. So it got to be a pain in the butt. So instead of two window tabs, which are the little black squares in the bottom right, bottom left of your average window screen, I did 4 window tabs in case one came out. Then I would have a spare. So I did a window screen with 4 little black tabs. It looks a little askew, but it worked. The 4 tab solution, okay? And yeah, it's weird looking, but it's a window screen in our window, protecting us from bugs, and which Frankie will eventually destroy. So, but my genius, my Carl Sagan like brains came up with the 4 tab solution, and I'm proud of it, and I'm about to patent it and go on Shark Tank. Okay, I think we're done. Take care. Brush your hair. Peace out. See ya. Bye. Okay, bye.